Morning folks, just setting up the first shot of the day here with the Praktica. As you might have seen when I was driving here, the sunrise was pretty epic. What am I looking for? Yeah, pretty epic. You might have sort of been able to see that. I just wanted to record a few clips because I knew it might have been sort of up by the time I actually got here, but it still looks nice. Setting up a shot here, kind of in the middle of the road, but there's not too many about. It's like 6:15 in the morning. So yeah, framing up this shot, we have the little flowers along this ditch here, telegraph pole in the distance, and the nice gradient, the nice warm glow coming in from one side. You can't directly see the sun in this one, but yeah, I love these shots. Just kind of simple country corner sort of scene. So I've set the Praktica up here. Framing's pretty good. Just need a meter and snap this one. Not a bad start.
So as I said in the previous video, the scans I got back from this roll for whatever reason did require quite a bit of editing to get them to a point which I thought looked right. Not sure why, but obviously this is the same roll, so it's the same with the photos you'll see in this video too. This shot was a little tricky, but I actually think I metered this one pretty decently because I was able to tweak the highlights and the shadows to get what I think is a nicely exposed shot. But again, the same issues I mentioned in the previous video with these horizontal lines across the frame are really visible when I lower the highlights on this one. In the previous video I did show that on my own scan these lines didn't seem to appear, which was quite strange, so I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't bother rescanning these ones because I'm pretty sure the lines probably would have disappeared too, but yeah, I'll just wait to the next row. Interestingly though, the shadow on the right hand side and the magenta tint that was running down the left hand side in the photos in the previous video is not really visible in this shot. After a quick chat with a few members in the Discord, it seems like this issue is shutter related. But I do think I shot this one at 1/100th of a second, which was the same shutter speed as most of the previous photos in the first video. So I'm not sure what happened there. More testing definitely required.
I'm not sure if that last shot there is going to work. I was trying to record another clip on the GoPro at the time, but it was doing its own thing and not turning on. But yeah, I really like the scene. The only slight sort of issue that I'm having with the Praktica is the limited number of shutter speeds. So it has 1/5, I think, 1/10th, 25th, 50th, 100. No 130 and no 160, which I'm used to in the Yashica, and just kind of ends up being shutter speeds I use a lot. But the problem is with that one I had to use 1/25th. I did use the timer on it, but it's so short that whenever I press the shutter button, I feel like the camera doesn't even get time to completely be steady because it's like literally like 1 second. So hopefully there's no motion blur in that one because I kind of really like that scene. But we'll keep going. This is like the first roll, so literally testing things out. I haven't got anything developed so far because it's the first roll, so I don't even know if the camera works. I don't know what settings are best, what aperture is sharpest on the lens and stuff. So yeah, testing. But it's a fun camera to use. And I've also came across some cut down trees here, stacked up, which might make for another photo. I don't want to be too particular because, like I said, first roll and I don't even know if it works, but I might line up and take this one here. The light's still really nice, kind of hazy too, which softens things a bit.
This one turned out a lot better than the first shot, and I quite like it. It's also sharper than a lot of the other images I took too, which is nice.
What I forgot to mention with the potential camera shake issue is that I forgot my shutter release cable. I normally use it for the Yashica, and I just never thought it's in my bigger camera bag, so made a little bit of a slip there because all these shots are quite low shutter speeds. But yeah, like I said, we'll not know till I get the roll back and see if there's any motion blur and things. Literally took that shot of these logs here, and then seeing this tree here. I don't know, there's something nice about it. It's kind of got these wee golden leaves on it, and we've also got some purple flowers, purple weeds below it. The light's just hitting it nicely. It's still really soft and sort of hazy, so I'll take another one. Pretty much the same settings. I'll show you if I could see my screen. So yeah, here's my little shutter dial, if you can see that. 1/50th. Things are focused up. Aperture f, well, it's at 2.8. It's nice that you can lower the aperture so the viewfinder gets really bright for focusing, and then I can just simply adjust it when I'm about to take the shot. So f5.6, 1/50th ish. Saying as I'm about to take the shot, I'll actually show you the timer system on this. So this little red thing on top of the shutter speed dial here moves. It's currently set to the timer mode with this little red arrow here. My shutter is on the front, which is actually quite nice. Feels quite natural when you're holding the camera. So let's just see how quick this thing is. So the camera actually shakes there when I press it because it's moving a little bit in the tripod. And the timer is that quick that it doesn't really get time to stop. We'll see.
Now, this shot is definitely quite soft, which, as I said, is probably down to the motion, but it is kind of hard to tell. Exposure is pretty spot on again though, which is always nice. I really like this scene and I quite like how this photo turned out. It's slightly more of a detailed shot, which I like to kind of do from time to time. Exposure is really nice, but again quite soft, which is the same with a lot of these as I expected, so I'll not bore you saying the same thing for every shot. I just want to quickly say on this one, this was definitely my favourite scene from that day. Unfortunately, this one is very soft, but from a distance and the overall composition and the scene, this one is definitely my favourite.
I kind of wanted to get more shots of me actually taking these shots and be able to sort of explain it while I was standing, but I've obviously been using the only tripod I have for this camera, so didn't really know what to do with the Fuji for filming, but go try one handheld here at f2.8. I rarely ever shoot at f2.8 just because it's so shallow and you kind of only have a tiny portion of the actual subject or frame in focus. So normally the scenes I want to shoot, it's at least f5.6, normally f5.6 or f8. But I kind of just want to try things on this first roll. I want to see what f2.8 looks like on this lens. We've got these purple, I don't know what these are called, they're like purple weeds, but they're kind of cool. Sun is directly hitting them, so they're just really vibrant looking. So I'm going to shoot this one at 200th of a second at f2.8. Quite a simple frame. I'm just kind of filling the frame with these things. Something a little bit different, but there's a lot of bees or wasps on them too, so you might be able to see those. Boom. That might be kind of cool. It looks quite nice through the viewfinder, which is pretty great on this thing.
There is a reason I don't shoot f4 much, and it's because there is just so little in focus. I don't really like this shot as it is, and there's also like one weed that's actually in focus, which I just don't think helps at all.
I've literally walked like another 20 yards and have another scene that I really like. I'm telling you, there's just something about sunrises, especially when they're like this. The lighting's just really nice, and it's quite a few hours after sunrise, but it's still kind of really diffused by this haze. Really nice. This is maybe a little bit sort of flat looking for my style. This scene, like in terms of lighting, everything is kind of almost the same beside these shadows in the foreground, but I want to try another one handheld and it's bright enough. So I'm going to shoot this one at f4, focus on these purple weeds and this little sign in the foreground. At f4, the mountains will be probably a little bit out of focus, but I think it'll still work for this. They're just kind of looming over everything in the background. So 200th of a second at f4, and I'm going to focus on this sign. Boom. 200th should be okay handheld, but I guess we'll wait and see.
So a slightly quicker shutter speed this time at 1/200th of a second, and this is probably the sharpest photo, definitely from this day anyway, and I shot it handheld, so yeah, faster shutter definitely seems like it helped. I do also really like this scene too.
I must say I am enjoying using this thing. It's just so well built. It's really heavy too, but the lens and everything just feels so nice and smooth to use, and that just never gets old. Framing up a scene through this top-down viewfinder never gets old, and the sounds and everything. I love old cameras. What's also really nice about this viewfinder is that when I'm looking down through it, I can see like a border around the frame, so I can see what I assume is the entire frame. It'll be interesting when I get the scans back to see if what I'm seeing through this is the entire frame right to the edges, because with the Yashica, I think it overlaps a bit. I can't see right to the edge of the frame when I'm composing with it. But with this one, I can see right to the edge, which means I can see the entire frame right to the edges. But yeah, really nice to use. Hopefully the photos turn out, but yeah, I'm really enjoying using this thing. One more shot left.
The day before this, me and Christina actually went for a little drive, and I took some photos on the Praktica. Some of these were shot with slightly faster shutter speeds, if I remember right, and they're also a bit sharper, which is nice. Something to keep in mind.
Oh, hiya.
literally just finishing up the edit of this video here. Office is a mess. I just couldn't be bothered setting up. It's quite late. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. That is the second half of the first roll of film I shot through the Praktica. I did go into a bit more detail on some of the issues that I was having with some of the scans in the first video. If you want to check that out, I didn't want to repeat myself and bore you to death again with all that in this video, so I just kind of let most of the photos do the talking for themselves. But I will say I am looking forward to trying another roll out in the Praktica, which is just here. It will not be ColorPlus 200 this time. It will probably be Kodak Gold or maybe Portra. We'll see. But looking forward to it because I do think I can make some big improvements. I hope so. Like I said in the previous video, I hope so because fun camera to use. I like it. So yeah, I'll try it out again, see if I can make some improvements. If you happen to have one of these cameras or you're interested in them or you've maybe took some photos on them before, feel free to jump into the Discord. The link is below. I'd love to see some photos from the camera if you've used it, or maybe just your thoughts on the camera if you have any. So jump in, the link is below. But yeah, I'll leave it here for this one. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give the video a thumbs up, consider subscribing. And as we always say, take it easy, don't be a stranger. Oh, just before I finish, I just want to give a quick shout out to Freewell, who sent me over this tripod. It's actually the Freewell Vlog Pod, and this is vlogging, hence the Vlog Pod. It just allows me to get shots like this handheld, being able to hold the camera quite far away. It has those flexible legs on it that you may have seen a lot of vloggers use back in the day. Well, this is kind of like an updated version of one of those tripods, and they send it over. And I've actually used it in a few videos. I just never mentioned it because I wanted to see if I liked it or not. Kind of handy to use when you just don't want to set up a tripod, or maybe you're traveling and you just want to take something like this. Kind of handy because you can bend the legs around and kind of make the camera hang or stand up anywhere really. So yeah, quick shout out to those guys because this thing comes in handy from time to time. That is all. See you in the next one.